Tonight, from Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, it's a special prime-time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. As we'll see Kyler Murray and the New England Patriots taking on Joe Burrow and the Minnesota Vikings.
From the area known as Patriot Place, EA Sports set for football at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Minnesota Vikings and the New England Patriots. And hi again, everybody. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, when you and I were going through our final run-throughs at breakfast, we kept thinking tonight we're going to get to see a couple of very good passing offenses.
And we're talking about both sides having multiple receivers that could have an impact on this game. It's not just one guy that's going to make all the plays. If you take him away, maybe number 2, number 3, they make the big plays that impact who wins the game.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. Taken in at the 3. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So here come the Patriots now on offense. Former Heisman winner leading them out, the 2-time Pro Bowler in his first 3 seasons, the electric Kyler Murray.
Drafted with the idea that he'd be one of the most dangerous quarterbacks in the NFL when he put it all together. We've been seeing that progress throughout his career. This guy's legs, we knew they were phenomenal. Arm, top-notch. But now we're seeing his mind come into the game. Reed's defense is better and better each and every week, and is showing patience as a passer as well. Not as eager to exit the pocket, finding guys downfield for bigger plays.
They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
But that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Throwing on first down is Murray. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's Murray. Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that. I'm quite sure that they envision a much better start to this game when they practiced all week, but they failed on that 3rd down play. That brings up 4th down, and they'll probably have to punt it away.
Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. Fielded at the 20. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They're led out by last season's comeback player of the year. In his 3rd season now, it's Joe Burrow.
Hey, we all love a good story, and what we like even more, guys who can fight through adversity. Joe Burrow coming out of high school, goes to Ohio State, doesn't get a chance to start, transfers to LSU, not thought to be a top prospect, ends up the #1 pick in the draft, and justifies it. Tremendous play, excellent mobility, and leadership off the charts.
Now Burrow on 1st down. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a 1st down.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now they go play action now. Burrow. He'll get it once more into the hands of Hill. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. So we just called his name on the previous snap, and they go right back to him, Charles, for a 2nd consecutive completion.
Yeah, I think what we're discovering on this drive is that he feels like he has answers no matter what defense you throw up there. He reads it, finds the open spot, and is available for the completion.
They'll run for the first time with Saquon Barkley. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, "Are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down." They love being physical.
They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Burrow will throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hill. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots 21. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his 3rd completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And a top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc.
Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. Finding Waddle crossing the field and bringing it in. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Barkley fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Good work there, holding him out on 1st down, and this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Barkley again. But he will lose yardage here as they knock him back to the 3. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And the question now, can the Patriot defense hold firm again on 3rd and goal? Off the play fake, here's Burrow to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Boy, such a good drive. You'd hate to have it end in 3. You think about going for it?
Absolutely. I mean, the fact that they moved the ball so well should lead you to the decision that maybe we should go for it right here. Also, as a head coach, show some confidence in your team. Let them know you think they can go get it.
Carlson able to put this one through. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. They turn to Harris to begin the drive. He works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down.
Nice chunk of yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Just inside the 30. To throw is Murray. And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. Micah Parsons showing off that elite athleticism as he gets the sack.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Murray. And he's got his target, Harris. On the move past the 40. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Murray. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on 1st down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
To throw again on 2nd down. Murray. And he's going to go down near a sack. They push him back to the 34. Josh Sweat rushing in and bringing him down to the ground.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. 2nd and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stalling out.
Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Throw right side into the hands of Foster Moreau. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Able to convert on 3rd and 14, a terrific play call.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Harris running straight ahead. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Zaven Collins there to make the play defensively.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They run again with Harris. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set them up 1st and goal. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal.
A good solid game there on 1st down, but the defense has to be happy they didn't let it pop for anything bigger.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. On 2nd and goal. Murray looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Now we got 3rd and goal coming up, and couldn't you imagine being in that huddle, partner? You know they're looking at each other saying, we can't come away with just 3 points after this drive.
Yeah, they've covered a lot of ground. They want more than that 3. Third and goal now, mere inches from pay dirt. They'll try and run with Harris. And he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriots score. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Patriots have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Folk. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. this one off. Taken in at the 3. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So already not the best of kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line.
Yeah, not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because the extra pressure now goes on the offense. They've got to get some early yards and get away from the shadow of their own goalposts. What every offense wants to do in this situation, get 2 first downs to help out with field position at the least.
On the draw, this is Barkley. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
First down. Here's Burrow. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. And just a yard to go here on second down. Burrow on play action. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6. They'll go to Barkley again. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on third down. Burrow looking to pass. Eluding the press. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. He couldn't get away there on third down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12.
But they've been fighting and scratching and clawing for that first sack in the game, and it turns out to be a big one. Just a short one right there behind the line. First one they get, 10-plus yards, and the guy who has the legs to escape most of these.
Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. Jabril Peppers deep to receive. Taking it about the 16. It's a 45-yard punt and 8 on the return. And the Patriots take over. New England trying to get a place on offense. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
First down, Murray. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position you have to be, you just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Play fake. Murray. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defense in front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Murray from midfield. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
New England on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Murray now on first down. Catch is made by Metcalf. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Kevin O'Connell clearly unhappy with that call, and he's thrown that red challenge flag out on the field. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide, and I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
After review of the play, ruling on the field.
So not successful there on the challenge, and he'll have to be careful from here on out because he'll only have one challenge remaining. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They hand this off to Harris, and he'll take this one down near the 15. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. They fake the handoff. Now Murray. Oh, able to avoid him. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own. But as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you. And if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
They run for it with Harris. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing.
Partner, when you see a running play stop short like that, you just know that the defensive front, they won the battle of leverage and created the push back into the opposing backfield.
And for the offensive coordinator, whether you had 1 yard to go or 20 yards to go on 4th down, now you're probably saying, oh, maybe I should have passed it, right?
Yeah, hindsight is always 20/20.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
Burrow's throw caught by his receiver, Hill.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a first down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now it's Burrow. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Play action. It's Burrow. They'll roll him out right. Open man downfield is Waddle. He's got it. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They go play action with Burrow. That's going to be caught downfield by Hill. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Here we go. Here we go. Ready?
They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17.
No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Now it's Burrow. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. It's Barkley once again bringing in the catch. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. And they'll try to pound it in with Ricard. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defense coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
2nd and goal from the 1. And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up. The loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder. And they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
question now, can the Patriot defense hold firm again on 3rd and goal? Now Burrow escaping the pressure right. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. He's at the 40. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So we've reached halftime here at Gillette Stadium with the Patriots on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, BG, thanks very much. And welcome one and all to our beautiful new downtown Orlando studios for this EA Sports Halftime Report. This game's had a little bit of everything thus far, and certainly plenty to look forward to as the teams are right back out there for the second half. So we'll get right back out there as well, as we'll turn it back over to Brandon Godden.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. This one taken just inside the 10. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Emmanuel Agba that time, able to drop him for a loss.
Well, at least it wasn't a turnover like the last drive. You'd think they'd make an adjustment and be ready to make up for that turnover. Instead, just another big play for the defense on that snap.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Barkley, inside handoff. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 30. But still stuck here with a 3rd and 13.
Running lanes run a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now Joe Burrow on 3rd and long. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
As soon as he leaped again his route, someone on the defense went with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
The Vikings send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Here comes the Patriots offensive unit. They'll have it first here to begin the third quarter. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Harris. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line.
Pat Surtain getting down from his corner spot to make that play.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
And the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now Murray off play action. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid putting anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
Throwing now is Murray. Open man Lamb. It's complete. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we say it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers get a pass straight in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Murray going to throw. And he'll go right back to Lamb. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down.
Simple drag around here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5.
To throw, it's Murray. And complete to Zach Ertz.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage. So timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. On the give, this is Harris. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Harris going to get it again on 2nd down. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And now Murray's going to set up to throw, targeting the out route, and he completes this to Metcalf. And they'll have it in the red zone before it crosses over out of bounds. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. Ertz has it left side. And the Patriots are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the 3rd quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
On play action, it's Murray. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Harris is into the end zone. Touchdown, New England.
That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
On for the extra point, it's Folk. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it was Damian Harris who finished things off with a touchdown run. Now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. From the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. Here, Joe Burrow, and this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
And they go play action now. Burrow. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far and brings up 3rd down.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
On 3rd down, Burrow. And now another one thrown incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on third down. Dive defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
The Vikings send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Damian Harris of the Patriot offense ready to take over again.
He's hoping to find the end zone for a third time, and we sit now in the third quarter.
And nothing would excite him more, but I think even more so, his offensive line. Anytime you've got a guy scoring that many times, that means you've done a really nice job in front of him.
You're always giving props to the big fellas up front.
It's always a good idea. Those are some massive men.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Harris starts the drive on the ground.
So that run play nullified by the holding call on the tight end.
Yeah, I just think he needs to get off the ball a lot quicker and get into the block a little bit more effectively. Then he doesn't have to reach and grab and try and hold on.
Murray now. Caught by the tight end Ertz. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it's 2nd down.
And that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone.
A 2nd and 10 now. Third quarter action from Foxborough.
Now Harris. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, here's Harris. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
The Patriots send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes.
Chase Young, his second sack of the night.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And that will be incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step down the field in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
The Vikings send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Here comes Peppers. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Patriots will have great starting position as they take over 1st and 10. Comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Harris running straight ahead, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Murray. Trying for the tight end. Ertz, and it's intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really, it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And they'll start with great field position, trying to get back into this one. It's 1st and 10 here. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Up the middle with Barkley. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. Burrow will throw. Finds Hill on the crossing route, complete. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
I know we just saw a nice throw and catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a race play.
Now Burrow on first down. He'll get it once more into the hands of Hill. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a first down.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Here we go.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Big 13.
Barkley is not going to advance very far. He'll be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the fourth quarter. Should rely more on the passing attack.
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game, and all that pregame whooping has turned into results.
Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal. Here's Burrow. Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown. Irv Smith Jr., a 5-yard touchdown. And the Vikings have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Well, down in this part of the field, CD, they love to get him the football, and right there, a little pitch and catch for the score.
Yeah, and he's such a weapon when it's that close to the end zone, and they love being able to rely on him to make those kind of catches. Talk about trust, talk about confidence, and he produces.
So now here are the Vikings faced with a big 2-point conversion attempt. Burrow's going to look to throw for it. Flushed out right. And this is caught. They got it. And that could be an important 2 points. It gets them back within a field goal. Well, I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. New England's offense set to go. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And this is Ertz with it, right side. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it's second down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after
it. On second down, this is Harris. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
He'll find Lamb crossing the formation for the catch. And he will have a Patriots first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark, because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating defensively. You're a play away from getting that football back here, down late, tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Throwing on first down is Murray. To the right side and complete to Metcalf. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and that'll make it second down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well, because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
They'll try the right side with Harris. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
The offense on third down tonight, 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll run again with Harris. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Brandon, this can be so demoralizing for a defense. They've had 2 opportunities to get off the field. They haven't gotten it done. So now your coordinator, he's going to call every blitz that he has, any type of exotic, something that they haven't seen before. And he's also telling the defensive linemen, don't worry about holding people up. Just get in gaps and try and make a big play.
And not only not getting off the field on 2 opportunities, clock continuing to run. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. The former 3rd overall pick, Quinnen Williams, there to bring him down.
And if we go back to the last series, remember, their coverage allowed them to get a turnover in the last drive, a takeaway, and that helps contribute to a sack on this one. I think maybe this quarterback's a little bit hesitant. Last time he turned it over, now he sees his zone coverage, a little bit slow to get rid of the football.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Murray. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
The plan was clearly to challenge that by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for a first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
To throw is Murray. And he'll find Moreau here. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 32-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Harris. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Again, it's Harris on second down. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 4 yards to pick up, first down. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
Now first carry for Chase Edmonds. This play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
So with your team leading in the fourth quarter, you know you've got to run the football. They know you've got to run the football. Sometimes that means there's nowhere to run the football.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Here's Murray. Firing quickly here. That's complete. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. So the Patriots with the football as we get you reset. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. To throw is Murray. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down. So decision time now, because a field goal keeps it a 1-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
Folks, kick is good, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, it's a little tight, aren't they? If they scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. After the made field goal back out, it's Nick Folk to kick this one off. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return, set pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So all eyes on this Vikings offense. Down on the scoreboard. A little under a minute 50 remaining. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. Throwing, Burrow. And that's complete to Davis. And he'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
Nice. Well coached. A team that understands what's going on. They still have time to work the middle of the field as they just did there.
First down now, but that clock rolling. Burrow.
And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Here's Burrow. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Derek Brown in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
Oh, man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
The intended target, Saquon Barkley, and that'll make it third down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Got to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Burrow. And going deep for Hill. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear in risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get them the completion.
Here we go. It's Burrow on fourth down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and this defense will take over right at midfield. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
And he's got some space here. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter play. The Patriots in the victory formation as they'll take the knee. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. Down to a knee goes Murray, as that will just about wrap this thing up.
We all just got a heck of a show, partner. This was a close game for a long time. Close at half, close down the stretch. Home team finds a way to get it done, a narrow victory.
Yeah, they finished with a flourish, didn't they? Because there were times where each side looked like they were the better team out there. And the outcome was in doubt for much of this game. Every snap seemingly more important than the previous one. Great effort from the guys visiting, but in the end, how about those guys in their home stadium finding a way to win?
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Patriots winners here at home as we say so long from Foxborough.